Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I am going to give people some time to get in here. I know I just went live. Shout out to everybody that's already here. I see my members, generally Jenny, Cash, H. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. I'm going to get this intro going and hopefully people will get in here when they get the chance. 50 people in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Let's go. And I apologize. I'm still very congested. It's gonna take me some time to get rid of this crap. But yes, the rabbit got the COVID. Everybody got the COVID this season. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody. All right, let me hit this intro button so we can get going right now. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Sorry, I'm looking at my other device as well. Okay, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yes, and I do apologize. I might have to go to mute every once in a while if I have to cough. Look at this, my hair's all crazy right now. Shout out to everybody. Sakina, welcome back to the membership. Shout out to you, Caprice. I hope you feel better. You guys, as you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Shout out to everybody. Hey, Nitro, welcome. Bobby, my members here as well. Cash, generally Jenny. All right, Micah, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Guys, make sure you hit that like button while you're coming in. I'm going to ask you guys also, where are you from? What side of the country? Now, let me tell you guys something. I'm kind of at this point where, we got sick. I literally got sick, was it the 31st? We got sick the 31st. And it just, I need a do over of this whole week. Can we just do all of it over? Let's do all of it over. And this is like the spray right next to my desk right now. We're spraying the shit out of everybody and everybody's nose. This is how we do it. But yes, thank you so much. That's not my name. Texas here. Shout out to everybody from Texas. We have a lot of subbies from Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, Michigan, Louisiana. Shout out to everybody. Look at this. California, of course. Texas, Texas. Um, Supernova says, we do remember that MGL bragged about hooking up with Nick while he was underage, but he says he won't press charges and he was emancipated, so it's still gross. Where do you guys want to start? Let me stop because 1 second. I'm chewing gum, and I probably shouldn't be chewing gum right now while I'm live because then you're going to hear me pop the gum. And I am that person that pops their gum, and I probably shouldn't. It's not okay to do, but I do it. Shout out to everybody from East England, Oklahoma, Ohio. Oh my gosh. Yes, here for the truth, my member. Oh no, you're not my member, but hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Shout out to you. Thought that was a member code for whatever reason. That might be an emoji within the YouTube. I know YouTube added new emojis for everybody. Yes, shout out to everybody. Okay, so we have 76 people in the house. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm a little congested. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to like overdo it. It's my goal to come here, make it a 30 to 45-minute live, talk to you guys, connect with you guys, and then move on. And I'll probably go live later on today. That is my goal. I just need to make sure that I'm still healing and feeling well. It is what it is. Thank you, Susu. Welcome. Shout out to everybody from Florida and Teresa from California. Look, shout out to everybody from South Africa, West Palm Beach, Florida. All right. West Palm Beach, Florida. I see you in the chat, Tammy. Shout out to you. I see you on my secondary device. Yes. And then Alaska. So when does Alaska get their sun? Like, I'm curious. I've always been curious about Alaska. Peekaboo! Shout out to you. My goodness, you and those googly eyes from the bushes. Shout out to you. Shout out to Tinkle Tits McGee. Tinkle Tits McGee got sick too, guys. There's a lot of people that have been sick. I mean, Caprice is here saying that she's sick too. People are getting sick, you guys. Listen, wear your mask. Do what you gotta do. This shit is everywhere, okay? Hey, Rita, welcome to everybody. Shout out to everybody from Facebook. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, Christy, Mississippi, Mississippi. How I remember Mississippi and how to spell it in the 5th grade. All right, let me stop talking so much because I'm gonna lose my voice and I don't want to do that. But why don't we start with a couple of topics here? And I should have done the poll. Put it in the chat. Should we start with? We have our thumbnail. We have Nick Carter, Brian Kohberger, and then we have Shanquella. I need to know in the chat from you guys what you want to start with first. I was going to do the poll, but I was like, this is going to take me long to write it all out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the poll. Hey, Jersey, welcome, welcome. In the poll, in the chat, tell me exactly where do you guys want me to start? Papa Roger, Carter, Brian, Papa Roger is Brian, so keep that in mind. Carter, everybody's on the Brian, okay. Shanquella, please. Yes, we will talk a little. Shanquella, we'll talk a little bit briefly about her. It isn't a whole lot of updates other than her birthday coming up, but we'll talk a little bit about her. Okay, I'm seeing, and it's looking like Shanquella is definitely taking the vote right now. So we're gonna head over there and talk about Shanquella real quick. And let me pull up some stuff from the Twitter. We're moving on to Twitterland, guys. Twitterland is the place to be, I swear, because there's always something popping, something going on Twitter. You just never really know. But really brief on Shanquella. So there is going to be, and there's an invitation for everybody. This is straight from the Justice for Shanquella Robinson page. If you go to Twitter, uh, twitter.com/ for Shanquella. Join the family of Shanquella Robinson family on Sunday. Okay, on Sunday, January 8th, 2023 at 3 p.m. at I think it's Besties Ford Memorial Garden, located straight up Bessie's Ford Road in Huntsville, North Carolina. I know I have a lot of people from North Carolina in my chat. Shout out to you guys. There's going to be a birthday balloon release in honor of her um, 26th birthday. Okay. And again, this is with the work and collaboration with Million Youth March, which is, I believe, a nonprofit organization in their local area. Shout out to them and shout out to the family. Guys, let me tell you something. Thank you, Wim. I'm getting there. We're slowly gonna keep pushing through. But shout out to you, Wim. And I just followed you back on Twitter. If you guys are my members, and if you're not, that's absolutely fine. Hey, philanthropist. If you guys are on Twitter, hey, hit me up on Twitter, follow me back, and I'm there. Okay. And I'm looking and being nosy on the Twitter, land because Twitter has it out. I mean, Twitter is a whole different monster. I had to block a couple trolls over there because they were just being a little too much. Hey, Navy, welcome. Okay, Cash, Wim. All right, all my people, all my faves are here. All right, all my faves are here. So the thing about Shanquella, is that there is still enormous amount of misinformation about Shanquella coming from, bloggers that I thought, in my opinion, had more morality to their work. But then I have to kind of remember that they don't. Like some of them have kind of really surprised me too. And I'm just gonna say it. There was one specific blogger, you guys know, Tisa Tales has been very huge on reporting on this, and so much of it has been speculation. There has been so much speculation on Shanquella Robinson that you just don't know. Is this really about justice at this point, or is this about a click and a view? Anything. Like there was a thumbnail that said charges dropped. And there's thumbnails that say the FBI is settling in. Where it's like none of us know that information. So a lot of it is just coming from, like, speculation, but it's so clickbaitish. Yeah, and, I'm a little, like I'm be honest with you, and this is just me. I'm not cursing her out or anything, but her reporting has been so speculative, her along with a lot of that, that it's kinda like, "Well, where the hell are you getting your information?" And she put something out about it's looking like Mexico is gonna drop charges on the doctor. I'm like, "What?" And then what happened to the subpoenas? The subpoenas, what happened to that? Like, it's Chrissy, it's getting way out of control. Some of it is like, "Well, where are you coming how is it that you know so much information that the family doesn't?" And out of respect, like, this is the one I'm a little bit upset. I've been saying I'm upset for quite some time. Um I think that and I've said it before, I think Gerardo has an insider. I'm not gonna say they're 100% inaccurate. Some of the information does check out, okay? I'll say that. But what I realize is that the work that's being produced isn't to work with the family. It's to work for the blog. It's to work for those specific bloggers. And they can hate me for saying that as much as they want to, but I was thinking, I was like, it's so easy for me to get up here and speculate and make up some shit about Shanquella and just go about it that way and gain subs that way too because it's very you have there's a group for it, right? There's an audience for such speculation. There really is. I can do that. However, morally, I couldn't. Like, great, it could probably get me a couple grand. It could probably get me, 10 grand or whatever per, all these videos a month. But I morally couldn't, like, put up some shit like that and then sleep at night. I'm just being honest because I have children of my own. I have a husband, I have a family, I have people of my own. Can you imagine if that could be your child, that could be you, and then somebody's running and giving this information? So when did Justice for Shanquella become like just a complete misinformation? And then how does that help? How does that help the family? How does that help anybody? It doesn't. It doesn't. It's okay. And again, who the fuck am I? I'm not Tisha Tales. I'm not her subs, and her subs believe her 100%. Do what you got to do, but it is complete clickbait. To me, it's no different than what Joseph Morris is doing. What Joseph Morris did to the Idaho 4 by bringing up that stupid recording from another blogger and saying that it was the Idaho 4. Tisa, you're just like Joseph Morris, unfortunately. And I guess the higher you go in sub count, the lower the standards you have and the lower your morality goes as long as your fucking check gets through. That's what I realized, guys. And I'm sorry, and maybe it's the most unpopular thing in opinion to have, but it is my opinion, and that's the one thing I wanted to say. Shout out to uh Shout out to the family. Keep that family in your prayers. I don't know if this is going to be aired online as far as the balloon release ceremony for her birthday. I really do hope. Yeah, Deanna, that is false. That's the problem that I have with Tisa at this point, who is one of the biggest ones that's bringing up information, is that then you have people that come into like my chat or say Danny Robertson's chat or somebody else's chat, and then they say, I heard that they dropped the charges in Mexico from the case yesterday. It's misinformation. They're still working with the FBI. This is what Tisa does on her platform and what she's been doing. I'm sorry, I'm calling it out. And I have nothing against the woman as far as her as a person. It's just that what you're doing is no different than what Joseph Morris did, which is what edit some audio and basically put the shit out there as fact. It's no difference. I'm just saying, hey, Priya, not Priva. I keep saying a V instead of a Y. Well, hey, thank you. I'm feeling a little bit better, but yeah, the family, it's a really sad situation, guys, and we just have to be mindful. But I just called it out. It is what it is. It's clickbait. That's all. And then you have, Deanna. Shout out to Diana's coming in here like as a sub and saying like, listen, I heard Mexico dropped the charges on Shanquella yesterday, and that's totally inaccurate. We don't know. We don't know. And then the other thing too, speaking of Shanquella, okay, okay, a lot of people were making comparisons to Shanquella, and the Idaho 4 and how quick and swift the justice. You know what? We just got to stay on those necks and we got to go out there and continue to sign the petition, share it, and show our support because we want justice to happen for Shanquella. Okay, we definitely do. And I told you guys yesterday, um, that this is gonna be this is gonna be a huge undertaking as far as justice for Shanquella. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Rita says, as much as I care about justice for Shanquella, you're right. There's so much misinformation and unsubscribe info. At this point, I only tap into a couple bloggers. You are one of them. Thank you, Rita. Guys, and that is the thing that you can do as a subscriber because some of you guys are like, well, what do we do? No, you're welcome, my love. What do we do? You unsubscribe. You don't watch. Even though it's very tempting to watch some of the clickbait videos, the way in which a channel dies is by not watching, or the way in which you role model that and say, I'm not going to stand by your misinformation. I'm not going to like, because you can leave a comment and a comment can get blocked or you can be banned from a channel. The best way to do this is by just not watching, unsubscribing. Yeah, because hate views are still views. Thank you. Very true, Lana. Shout out to you. Very true. Even those that don't necessarily like me and give me a view, I still get a view, right? So you have to make, hey, Petty, welcome. You have to make an actual attempt to not watch the content and not engage in that content. Generally, hey, Gumby, I'm getting there, my love. I'm getting there. I'm still like stuffed up. I sound very hoarse. What is it? Hoarse on my sound. Don't engage with the bad content. Don't comment. It only boosts their odds of algorithm putting them in front of more eyes. That's true. That's true. Exactly true. It is false information. So, other thing I have to tell you guys, I have been in contact. Oh, you know what? Why don't I show this to you guys actually? Proton Mail. Get into my email so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. I have been in contact with Professor and attorney Dimitri. I don't know if you guys remember Dimitri, and let me see if I can pull this up right here. I'm gonna try to pull this up right now and share it with you guys. So, attorney Dimitri, all right, professor, because he teaches at a law school as well. So I feel like I'm okay calling him because he's a professor and an attorney. He has agreed to talk to us about just any legal questions that we might have. And let me go ahead and play this clip because this is where he was featured on.
A young American woman in Mexico. The search for answers from the people she was traveling with, people she says or thought were her friends. Shanquella Robinson died last month at a resort near Cabo San Lucas. Now, Mexican prosecutors are trying to get an unnamed American woman extradited to Mexico to face the charges. They say that Robinson was killed in a, quote, direct attack, not an accident. Lilia Luciano was following this investigation. Lilia, good morning. This story is so disturbing on so many levels.
It really is. Good morning to you all. Well, Shanquella Robinson traveled with 6 friends to Mexico. Some of those friends initially told Robinson's parents that she died of alcohol poisoning, but her death certificate later listed her cause of death as a spinal cord and neck injury. Robinson's father told us if it weren't for the disturbing videos that emerged, including one where she's being brutally attacked, he fears justice would have never been served.
She was just a very, outgoing person. I mean, she loved people, just loved the friends that she was around.
Shanquella Robinson's father says his daughter's friends are to blame for the 25-year-old's death at a resort in Mexico in late October. Days after her death, a video too disturbing to show went viral, showing a woman beating Robinson, who was naked and not fighting back, while other friends watched and filmed nearby.
My daughter, she suffered, man. The last breath she took, she suffered. And they sit there and watch.
A local police report shows friends called for medical help just after 2 p.m., saying Robinson had, quote, drunk a lot of alcohol.
And keep in mind, the local police report, guys, this police report, you gotta question it where it's coming from too, because I received a copy of that police report. A lot of us did. I don't know if they're referencing the same one that we all got from Gerardo. The police report actually, I never got the actual document. It was through a WhatsApp, and it was literally the copy and paste version of it. There was no actual document. So now a lot of us are questioning the police report. Like, we want to see something more authentic. And it's not anything against Gerardo or anything like that. It's more along the lines of, like, people are asking questions, very valid questions, and everybody deserves to kind of know a little bit about what's going on. Unless the family got a copy of that police report and then gave it to CBS News, we really don't know what's up. We don't. We really don't.
When the doctor arrived and suggested she be taken to a hospital, she told police Robinson's friends refused and insisted on keeping her at the resort. Mr. Robinson says her friends called Shanquella's mother that night to say she was being treated for alcohol poisoning. An autopsy report released days later states Robinson died of a severe spinal cord injury and neck trauma at around 3 p.m. After her death, all 6 friends returned to the United States. Mexican authorities are now seeking the extradition of a single female suspect. John Jay College law professor Dmitry Shaknovich says the process now lies in the hands of the U.S. justice system.
They will engage in their own due process to see if this person that is alleged to have committed a crime should be extradited.
So that is Professor, is it Dimitri? And I can't even say his last name. Professor Dimitri, we're going to call him that, okay? And he is going to be coming to our channel to talk a little bit about just the legalities behind the case and the situation. A lot of you guys had some great questions when I posted it on my community tab. Like, why is this taking so long? That was, I mean, that's a fair question. That's another one. What to expect through this whole legal proceeding? Like, what are we gonna see? That's a fair question. So make sure that I'm gonna post it up on my community tab again and ask you guys, post your questions, because he's going to be coming to our channel and giving us a little bit more information for all of us to kind of learn from. And I love the fact that he was featured on CBS News. Gives you a little bit more credit to what comes out of his information, and also he teaches.
What do you want to see happen?
I want the truth, man. I just want them to get back over there
Mhm.
and tell the Mexican authorities why they did what they did. I can't even be a grandfather. I can't even walk her down the aisle, man. Only thing I can do is cherish the moment that we had, the 25 years while she was here on this earth.
It's such a sad situation. I don't even, like, we need to get some answers, and we need to find some justice and get some justice for Shanquella. Thank you so much. BB Jen says, I'm so glad to see you back, Rabbit. I'm recovering from surgery. Oh, have a healthy recovery, please. Yes, and all those that have been feeling sick, please take it easy. Yeah, I will definitely get that going for my throat as well. I'll be messy by country negotiation with diplomatic laws. I mean, that's a great question. These are great questions that we could really ask. So no, we are having Mr. Professor Dimitri come to our channel, and shout out to him if he's watching. It's going to be sometime next week. Make sure you guys are in the chat and ready for your questions. Great questions as far as the legal proceedings, and whatever we can get some answers from, we will get it. And I kind of want to do it live as well, so everybody can ask their questions in the chat live. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about that in the comments. Okay. We're going to have to move on to our next story. Let's go chat. Hey, Darcy, welcome. You don't think they'll extradite? I don't know. But I want everybody to tell me in the chat, where are we going to go next? Nick Carter or Brian, a.k.a. Papa Roger? And I say that with a question. Okay? A.k.a. Papa Roger. Are we going to go to Nick Carter, or are we going to go Papa Roger? Let me know. If I get 5 votes, the first 5 votes that I see, that's where I'm going to go. Brian, I see 2 Brian. Let me see. Brian. Okay. Gumby's like Nick. Gumby threw the 5th one off. Wait. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3 on Brian. All right, now I see Nick, and then all right, Nick wins. You guys are hilarious. All right, ooh, this is going to be a little too. This is definitely, in my opinion, totally related to our true crime community. Okay. Shannon Ruth came and made some statements with her attorney and said that she was going to be. Oh, sorry, my phone just decided to ring. She was going to be seeking legal action against Nick Carter. Hey, just the tea, please. Welcome. Per usual, because that's just how the internet works. Immediately, people started looking into Shay Ruth. Shay Ruth, and she can't be. She's not a victim. She changed her story. She didn't change her story. She did this. She did that. Melissa Schumann, who is not listed in the complaint, by the way, has something to do with it. Her father has something to do with it. And then you have, shout out to Sloan, okay, who Sloan comes out and gives this video, and he's getting these messages, all right, and then come to find out that somehow the security guard from the Backstreet Boys is now involved, and also a representative of the family, because the attorney went on vacation. Just things after this is one thing after another. He might, Sarah. He might. Now, this is what I found very disturbing. It's my understanding that Nick Carter at some point emancipated from his family when he was very young. It's my understanding that Nick Carter, did his own thing. Okay. So let me give you guys an example, or maybe a case scenario. If I emancipated from my family and I meet a guy who's, I don't know, 22, 25, and I'm no longer, with my family, I'm emancipated, whatever, and I'm under the age of 17, okay, or 18, whatever, I'm still a teenager, would there still be some kind of legal ramifications or anything if I decide, if we decide to say have a relationship, right? Because I'm still a minor. Would there be something into that? Like, I find this whole culture of what's appropriate and what isn't interesting. So this little birdie sent me this Star magazine article stuff, right? And I was reading, the first thing that caught my eye. Let me see if I can, just make myself a little smaller. Let me know up in the chat if you guys can hear me. It says, and let's see if we can zoom in. Drop a rabbit in the chat. Let me know that you guys can hear me, okay? Because We're about to get into it. Let me know. Let me know. Can you guys hear me? Drop a rabbit on the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Let's see. Thank you, Peekaboo. All right, I see you guys. It says Teen Stream. Nick was approaching his 18th birthday when he and 22-year-old Marissa plus some of her girlfriends hooked up in New York City in 1997. Years later, Marissa appeared on ABC's Wife Swapped. So Nick was approaching his 17th or its 18th birthday, and he hooked up with the 22-year-old. Okay. And this is the part where I was like, well, people said, well, he's emancipated. Well, I didn't know that being emancipated counted as like you won't be in trouble for doing something. I guess Nick, if he felt like, he wanted to, he could totally press charges on her. Not that he will, because, he basically used the blogger to attack victims, including Shay Ruth, right? My Wild Nights with Nick Carter. A reality TV vixen pulls back the covers and dishes the details on her racy, I can't even read, with the longtime boy band heartthrob turn Dances with the Stars hunk. Now, this is crazy. This actually was printed, Star Magazine. All right. This was printed back. Let me see. I have the date here. November 30th of 2015, and it made it to, I don't know, like page 43 or something like that. I don't know. It was a Star Magazine. This is I mean, I heard about the bragging about it. I heard about the bragging. I just didn't know that Star Magazine had actually interviewed her about sleeping and having threesomes with the boy band. And not only just Nick Carter, but with AJ McLean as well. So here, let me read it to you guys, okay? Oh my God, you guys are going crazy in the chat. Y'all need to stop. Pump your brakes in the chat. All right, let me read it. Star exclusive. Thanks to his fancy footwork, Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter has been earning a whole new legion of fans as one of the top contestants on the current season of Dancing with the Stars. Now, a Vegas realtor reveals that when she had a fling years ago with young Nick, it didn't just take two to tango. Sometimes it took three, four, or five. Girl, you guys are calling her a whole pedo on the chat. Oh my. Listen, allegedly, allegedly. Well, I mean, it's a star. I didn't say it. I'm just reporting it. Thank you so much. Let me go read my email real quick too and pull it up. Hold up. Real quick. Somebody just hit me on my email. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this because we got to get to it. So, Marissa Gonzalez was 22 and living in her native New Jersey when she spent 3 nights of passion with Nick, then just shy of her 18th birthday in an NYC hotel room in 1997. But they were only alone one evening, she claimed. The other 2 nights involved a number of her girlfriends and another member of the Backstreet Boys. Nick was insatiable and incredibly sexy, Marissa tells Star in an exclusive interview. And he was the best kisser I have ever had in my whole life. Ooh, I wonder what the husband feels like about that one. But hey, thrown for a loop. Marissa says that she had never heard of Backstreet Boys until she saw one of their videos on MTV in August 1997. I thought Nick was cute, and as luck would have it, they were about to play in Manhattan, she recalls. Marissa and some girlfriends scored some tickets to the show and worked their way towards the stage, where she made an immediate impression on Nick by throwing my bra at his feet. Not the bra. She threw the bra at the feet. After the show, says Marissa, she and her friends followed the band back to their New York City hotel. And she managed to introduce herself to Nick in the lobby. While we talked, he was staring me up and down, my legs, my skirt, making his way up my body with his eyes. It was a very sexy once over. After he left the lobby, a bodyguard came over and told Marissa and Nick wanted her to come back to the next night. And Marissa brought a friend. I came back with my friend Lisa, left her in the lobby, and she was escorted up to Nick's room alone. Marissa recalls Nick was shirtless, and when we sat on the bed, he pulled towards me. We kissed, then made love. They made love, guys. They made love. Lord, wait. I gotta pause. I can't even look at the comments. I'm looking at my other device. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. You guys, Lord, what? But this is the invested interest in helping, defend the Nick Carter name, right? Like this is the invested interest. This is why she's so invested in helping Nick. Does that make sense? I hope it was well. Okay. Anyways, all right. Let me keep going. Let me keep going with my voice. Okay, so where I leave off at? They made love. They both made love. Okay, wait. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We kissed afterwards. She made out. Okay, here we go. Nick was shirtless, and when we sat on the bed, he pulled me towards him. We kissed and then made love. Afterwards, she went out to buy more condoms, then returned to his room with her friend Lisa in tow. And we both made love to Nick. Whoa, well that's classy. You had to buy your condoms, girl. All right. Let me stop. Let me stop. This is mess. When she and Lisa were leaving to go home, Marissa tells Star Nick pulled her aside and asked her to return the following night and to bring a new gal pal. Oh, gal pal. I haven't heard that name in a long time. I came back with my gorgeous friend Anna. While we were there making love to Nick, he whispered to me, Marissa, this is perfect. It's even better than last night. The band left town the following day. But that wasn't the end of Nick and Marissa's naughty nights. The more, the merrier. All right, it keeps going. The Backstreet Boys returned to New York City the following month, and Nick and Marissa got in touch. This time, she says, he told her to come over with two girlfriends. I arrived with Anna and a girl named Marie. Marissa tells Star, we all made love with Nick, and at one point, he asked Marie and I to make out. So we did. But it felt weird. She and I were friends, not lovers. Oh, later, claims Marissa, Nick's bandmate, AJ McLean, suddenly entered the room and acted surprised. But he didn't hesitate to jump right in to join everybody. Oh my lord. This is like, all right. And here's by the way, here's a picture of them. Fun for two fits. The Backstreet Boys in 1997, left to right. Nick, AJ McLean, Kevin, Richardson in front, Brian and Howie. Marissa says that Marissa says that at one point AJ joined in the sexual acrobats between she and her girlfriend and Nick at a Manhattan hotel that year. Lord have mercy. The big brush off. At the end of the evening, Marissa recalls Nick and AJ told the girls to meet them the next day at the local McDonald's, but the singers never showed up. Oh, listen, I'm not stupid, adds Marissa, now a 40-year-old mom of one who gained some reality TV stardom of her own when she appeared on 2013 season of ABC's Wife Swap. I knew there would never be anything more, and in the end, I was fine with that. I don't regret anything we did. I was no groupie, just a girl on an adventure. Girl, I think that that's a groupie. Like, what? I haven't followed Nick or his career. at all since then. I haven't even watched him on Dancing at the Stars, but he seems to have found happiness in his life, and I wish him all the best. Oh, and by the way, it says right here, three's not a crowd. Nick, 35, and his wife of 19 months, fitness expert Lauren Kitt, announced during November 2nd episode of Dancing with the Stars that they were expecting their first child together and that it will be a boy. Three is not a crowd. Wow. But see, now I understand why Mrs. Kit Carter is so defensive about her man. Like, I get it. I don't know. Like, let me see. Hey, and let me see. I just got a super, I don't want to miss it, but I got a super sticker. Check your email, Idaho 4. I just said, and I just checked it. I didn't receive anything unless you send it somewhere else. I don't see anything in there. Anyways, and I'm checking right now 2 emails, and I'm checking my spam too. I don't see anything in there, but let me know if you're about to send it. So, yeah. What does the chat think? Somebody send me now. Some of you guys could say, "Well, he was emancipated." Well, I mean, I love how the article highlights that he was shy from his 18th birthday. Emancipated or not, he was hooking up with older women. She looks like she could be his nanny. Maybe that's what maybe she was babysitting, Callie. Maybe she was babysitting. I don't know. Maybe she was babysitting and then she was bringing other babysitters along. You guys, see, I told you this Nick Carter stuff was going to be messy. I told you guys. Oh, hey Jet Jetson. Thank you. He called him Maris, but he called him Maris, yeah. So this to me, you have to restart. States have age of consent, emancipated or not. Yes, yes, my love, Jen Jen, BB Jen. Yes, yes, that's exactly it. So I mean, listen, I don't think Miss Golightly is really going to give a shit about this article because, hey, she participated in it. I mean, why would she? She's always been very open about sleeping with a minor, Nick Carter. But I'm calling it as sleeping with a minor because that's what he was when they slept with each other. He was a minor, okay? And a lot of you guys have said, well, consent, I don't know. She was Jessica. He was on an adventure. They were on an adventure, right? But she's not a groupie. So, and I thought it was interesting, okay, how now this has been out there. There has always been a vested interest for that blogger to attack anybody that speaks out against Nick Carter. It's because she has had dealings with Nick Carter and anybody. I mean, I'm not the threats towards Sloan. I believe them 100%. I believe everything Sloan is saying. I really do. I really do. Now it makes more sense as to the vested interest of her wanting to defend this man that she is not married to and yet is the best kisser, she called. I mean, I don't know how she feels about her husband. I know my husband would feel some type of way about that. Now they made love out of everything. No. 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 Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Violet. I'm getting there. Um Woo. That's what emancipation is. It doesn't mean that you get to sleep with underage people because that's some pedophile stuff, no? I mean, a lot of people would make the argument of that. Just saying. But hey, so little birdie dropped me this information. I wanted to share it and say, wow, this really was put out there on the Star back in 2015. Wow, the next time that a blogger comes out trying to discredit victims, now you know why. Because she slept with the man and with the other bandmate, and they made love with each other, and threesomes and foursomes. And this is how they get down in Hollywood. And you're part of the problem too. So it is what it is. Yes. I mean, if you can't, if listen, it's called being a life coach. What would Sean Davy Way say? Hair flip? Hair flip. It's called being a life coach. All right. We are going to move on to our last segment. Are you guys done? Are you guys, is everything out of your, you guys are like going in on these comments. Wow. You guys are going in on these comments. No, this Melanie, this article was from 2015. Okay, this is from the Star. But like I said, all this article does is support what Marissa had already put out there, that she had slept with the Backstreet Boy. I mean, that's not a surprise. You know, she said it herself. She has an agenda to protect the Backstreet Boys. Okay, and that's part of it. She slept with the man. That's what it is, right? Let's see. Let me go to Twitterland real quick and let me fix this real quick. I was trying to look for Papa Roger. Here we go. Let's talk about Papa Roger real quick and move on, because that was the agenda on today. Woo-wee, Papa Roger, guys. Papa Roger. Yeah, no worries, Melanie. Thank you. No, shout out to everybody. Your expression says it all. My expression says a lot. I'm no groupie. Look at you guys. Guys, you guys you guys are so messy. Papa Roger's so creepy. Look, people are saying a lot. So I saw the Daily Mail article. The chilling messages ex-FBI investigator believes Brian Koffenberger posted in online discussion groups before his arrest, with details about Idaho murders no one could have known. The former FBI investigator Jennifer Koffendaffer, I think that's how you say her last name, right? Koffendaffer. Correct me. I think it is Koffendaffer. I don't want to screw it up. And shout out to her. I do follow her on not Facebook, Twitter. Suggested that suspect Brian Coffin. Coffin I was going to say coffin dagger. Let me stop. That Brian joined social media discussion groups about the Idaho murders. Many now believe that Kohberger is the man behind the Papa Rogers Facebook and Inside Looking Reddit accounts. Both accounts have made chilling, accurate speculations. And the person behind them was accused of being the real killer on Facebook and Reddit. On one of the moderators on the Facebook group noted that the Papa Rogers account went silent following the Kohberger's arrests. Ooh. Let me know. This Papa Rogers is too much. And I'm checking my email explorers, and I don't see your email. I don't see an email here. Okay. But I'm checking and I'm checking, okay? Because you said you sent me an email. I don't know if you sent it to my email or where exactly, but let me know. This is too much. I don't know. But let's look into it. All right, let me zoom in right quick. Ooh, I don't think I can zoom in. Here it is. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can see that, because it's very small. All right. It says, of the evidence released, the murder weapon has been consistent as a large fixed blade knife. This leads me to believe they found the sheath. This evidence was released prior to autopsies. They don't clean bodies at the crime scene. The amount of blood must have been tremendous. Due to the number of victims, assuming each victim was stabbed multiple times, I'm sure that there was visible evidence of a guard. For we all know the investigator on the scene wiped a couple stab wounds clean. Look for bruising. I think it's far more logical than finding is it a sheaths? Are usually attached to belts, but the police were very specific about the type of knife used. I mean, I don't. Do you? So, some of the stuff that's going on Twitter. Did he believe? Oh gosh, see, and I go to it and it disappears. Did he believe he had to kill someone in order to have a conversation starter? A lot of people are saying about this. Papa Rogers is Brian. Okay, he did leave it behind, right? Ah. So a lot of people are saying that Papa Roger is Brian K. His profile pic alone looks like him. Another guy had a video scrolling through all the posts. He ran a group asking all these weird questions like he's working on his thesis. The guy is a psychopath. I don't know. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Let me zoom out. This is really big. This is really big. You missed the most important post. Papa Roger, guessing where the victims were found. Lord, let's play this real quick. Is this it? So he was doing all this? Oh my gosh. So here's my question about this Papa Roger that I would like to look into. Hey Mar, and Claudia, shout out to you. And Jen, you guys are coming in. Here's my question. Has he been following other cases and participating in them the same way in which he's following these cases now? I'm curious. Papa Roger could be him, but I tend to lean towards it's not. But who knows? Maybe he'll find out. We'll find out in the trial. Potentially. No, it's a new account. So we don't know what other stuff he would look into. Let me go to TikTok land and then we're going to call it a day. Papa Roger. Lord have mercy. Even the TikTok land is going a little crazy right now. Hold up, guys. Because I'm curious to know. Like, so this is like the first time he was following something? Let's see. No, I don't want the music because I don't want to get copywritten. Papa Roger, here we go.
Rumors that are happening. So one of them is the Papa Rogers rumor in the University of Idaho case discussion on Facebook. I also want to thank one of my followers, Isabel Aguari. I'm probably butchering your last name, but I will take you in the comments. She has been sending me all this info because it's hard for me to find everything, and it helps me so much when people tag me and stuff. I want to thank everyone for all the things you're tagging me in because it really helps me to gather all the information and put it in videos. So let's look over this. This man asked a bunch of questions as if we would know the answers to them. How would we know? He asked a lot of questions. It's as if he was stating facts about the car, etc., in order to get into our heads and deter us from the very things that could give him away / criminalize him. Not saying it's him for sure, but I'm leaning towards it. It's all alleged before anyone jumps down my throat, but it's very, very off. These are all from Papa Roger. Why did the unaliver choose that house over all the others in the area? I feel like the white car isn't relevant. December 8th. Day 32 and no motive, same as day 1, December 15th. Fight me. Law enforcement is no closer to solving this than they were 30 days ago, December 13th. Knife is a very risky weapon. If you know you're going to unalive 4 people, do we think the unaliver also had another weapon such as a stun gun or other knife? Or did they not know what they would encounter? December 20th. The unaliver still in Moscow, Idaho right now? December 12th. A known internet suspect has been eliminated at this point. Fight me. December 15th. How did the unaliver leave the scene? Did clean up at all? December 13th. Why do we think the dog was spared? December 8th. Do we think the unaliver took anything from the house? December 11th. Not a new post for me, but still very relevant. How long was the unaliver in the house? December 13th. Did the unaliver stop at 4 victims out of exhaustion, convenience, or lack of knowledge? December 8th. Why was a knife the weapon of choice? December 11th. Unaliver drive, walk, or some combination of both to the scene? December 20th. The white car is a red herring. December 13th. Thoughts on this body placement? December 8th. Unaliver is not a student. Thoughts? December 22nd. I think it's kind of weird the way this person refuses to use the he pronoun and instead just says the unaliver. And even when you should use the he pronoun, it's not there. Did the unaliver leave the scene? Did clean up at all? We're supposed to put he in there, but you didn't. Seems like this person is just trying to gain more education and study. What are your guys' thoughts? Okay, let's go over some current.
I think it's speculation. I'm just going to be honest. It's a little too much speculation, in my opinion. Because if you think about it, I mean, the paparazzi, not this, I don't know. Listen, that's like saying the rabbit or another content creator went live every day and, tried to sway the public away from the white car. I don't know if that's him. There's too many trolls, so there's no telling. I agree, Melissa. That's him. Similar questions to the survey speculating. You think it's him, Philip? Ooh, I don't know. I'm on the. I would need to see more. I would. It is a little eerie. I would give you that. I give you that. But it's. I would need to see more. It's not unusual for killers to post about their crime. No, it's not. Some want to get caught so they can go down in infamy, right? It's not unusual, but I don't know if that's this person. I don't know if we have enough, you know? Does anyone know if the police discuss a possible motive? We need to find a motive, right? Like unless he is a complete sociopath. I mean, let me tell you something. This to me sounds premeditated based on the affidavit. If you read it, it's all very much premeditated. And I want to kind of go into this other little topic before I end today. Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. I am and you know what? I intentionally left this in my comments. Yeah, he's 100. He's a sociopath. I could tell you that. I sense that there's probably some sociopath there. But I want to talk a little bit about this. Dylan has been dragged. And I kind of wish that law enforcement would have concealed her name for so many reasons. Because she is a victim and she witnessed a lot of this that happened. She's seen what she saw. I'll share with you guys something. When I was in my teen years, okay, because people want to talk about, I would have called the police. I would have done that. I don't know what I would have done because thank God I've never been in that situation or that position to know what, okay? But I will tell you something trauma responses and how we respond is different person by person. I'll share with you guys a little story before I go out. When I was a teenager, um, I was mugged at gunpoint, myself and a friend of mine. Okay. And my reaction to that, and I didn't even know like when it happens, okay? I got on the floor because I was told that I had the gun put in my face. I'll never forget that. And it traumatized, like it didn't hit me right then and there. It hit me like days after that had actually happened to me. Okay. So I was mugged and I was a teenager and they took our stuff and everything and my friend was with me too and I was cool, I was fine, I was acting like everything was fine, like, oh, okay, we got my whatever. But what happened was I had a physical reaction days after where I had some nightmares. I was like kind of thinking of that because he literally had pointed the gun at me. um Clear shot right there, not even feet apart, just right in front of you when you have something like that happen to you. So it kind of hit me a little afterwards, right? um and I had gone to counseling, and I remember, and talking to about it because I was I was in high school back then, and we were talking about it, and it didn't get to me until way later. So the delay response is so like to trauma, to everything. You can't compare yourself to that situation. I don't care if you're a 20-year-old girl in college and you know better and da da da. Let me tell you something, because if we know better and a lot of our judgments and the decision making that we make, we would totally look into why we make the decisions that we make and not fuck up. Nobody knows what. Okay. So for me, it's very hard to even go there and say, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, she should have known. What about her phone? Why didn't she check her friends? Her friends could have been alive. We don't know. I wasn't there. Neither were you. Neither were you. Period. Neither were you. Yeah, I mean, but it's an example of it. And like I said, I didn't know what mugging was until afterwards. I knew that we were in trouble. I just didn't know. Like, it didn't hit me until days later. So when I hear about her as, she didn't call right away, I'm not surprised, because when you're facing a situation like that, you don't know what to do. Whether you're 21 or 51, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows the kind of delay reaction you're going to have. Yes, you were mugged. I was mugged at gunpoint. And that was a scary thing. It was a scary thing. Um, Oh, okay, okay. Wait, do I have the hey, shout out to the Glare. He's in the chat. He says law enforcement did redact her name from the affidavit and never mention her in the press. Online source. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know that, because I thought they had posted out. I thought they posted out her name. Thank you for. Oh yeah, they used the initials, right? BF and MDM or something like that. That's right. And then they found her name that way. I guess it was only a matter of time that would have happened. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Bullhorn Betty released a video and sound from the neighbor's camera. It was, oh god. I don't know about the see, and I second guess anything that the Bullhorn nut lady releases. In my opinion, I don't know. I found my own research, Rabbit, in that the suspect killed his victim on the second year anniversary of the passing of Peter. The ooh, Jesus, Jesus, my gosh, it's a possible motive. I mean, maybe he's just a sociopath. Maybe he just he planned this and this is what he targeted. I mean, they have motive. Being a sociopath, being wanting to be the center of that could very well be the case. I don't know. Who look at Jamie. I'm sorry for that, Jamie, but she says I was date raped in my 20s and went back on my life like business as usual. I didn't react until I saw him again a week later, and then my reaction was frozen terror. Yes, that's very normal. That's very normal. I don't like guns. I don't. After that experience, I was like, I don't. I mean, but it took me a while to um, wake up from that, if that makes sense. She probably beat herself up more than we'll ever know. She couldn't have saved them. I really hope she's getting the help to work through this. Yes, I really hope so as well. I don't think there can be an insanity plea, right? I could be wrong, but I saw something that was posted that he couldn't plea, that wasn't something that would exist. I don't know. Trauma does affect everybody differently. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. But guys, I'm going to head out because I can feel my energy running low with this little COVID, coronavirus, Corona Bud Light virus that I've had, and that I have. And so I just have to kind of get through it. So I'm going to go rest a little bit. I'll probably go live later on tonight. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please, because I've been off for, I want to say, a good couple days. And make sure you hit your notifications. I know a lot of you guys are saying you're not getting your notifications. Make sure you hit your notifications to all. And check out the community post because I post a lot, guys. But I am gonna head out. Shout out to everybody. I gotta go get a drink. I gotta go relax a little bit, and I'll probably be live maybe later on today. Yes, and please, thank you. Like Melissa said, smash the like button. Thank you so much. Rabbits out.